Hey guys, today I wanted to kind of share with you our thoughts and plans for our 2017, no, it's 2018, I should know this, 2018 Universal Studios Orlando vacation. I've never been to Universal Studios. I am a travel planner and I do plan travel for clients of mine that are going there, but I never have been there myself. It's been something that we've wanted to do for a while, but we've held off because they do have quite a lot of rides that my little girl can just now ride, and there's quite a lot that she can't ride. Same thing for my next son. So my son is 9, my youngest son, and he's very, very little. He is, well, he's almost 9, but he wears a size 5 in clothing. Like, he's tiny. And then my daughter is 10, but she's a chicken and she doesn't like to ride things. And then my oldest son, for the most part, he will ride things. Sometimes we have to convince him. But, you know, so it's hard for us to spend the money and, you know, make that decision to go. But we just decided that let's do it. Let's try it. You know, what's the harm? And thankfully, I do have some benefits with my company that we can go for a very affordable rate. So that's why we are able to go, thankfully. So first things first, we are going from a Saturday night until a Wednesday night or Thursday. We're not quite sure on what day we're leaving yet. Our Saturday night, we are going to drive in and just stay at a very cheap off-site hotel. My husband has to work on Saturday. So as soon as he's done working, we're gonna get up and go. I will have everything packed. I will have the dog with his sitter and all that stuff, so we are literally ready to go, and we'll make our trek. That's about 7 to 8 hours depending on how traffic is and how long our stop takes to get gas and dinner. But we will drive straight down, stay at the offsite hotel, and then we're gonna get up super early in the morning, and we're hoping to be at Hard Rock Hotel in Orlando for around 6:37 in the morning. We want to check in and get our express passes and our tickets all set. So I have special tickets that we have to activate, and then we do have express pass because we chose to stay at certain hotels. So Hard Rock, Lowe's Portofino Bay, and I am completely blanking on the other one right now, but it has like a beachy theme. I'll try to remember to write it down here. But so we have that first thing, you know, to go. So we do have park to park passes, and we do have 3-day tickets, and we are planning to go to Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. I'm still undecided on Volcano Bay. A lot of our kids won't get a lot from it, and I will have to pay extra for me to go. My ticket doesn't include it. So I'm still just kind of on the fence if I want to spend the money to do that for a water park, where we have a pretty cool pool at Hard Rock and we have a very cool pool at Cabana Bay. And we don't know how the kids are going to do, how much they're going to want to do, how quickly we're going to be able to do these parks. So we kind of have that in, you know, out in the open. So on Sunday and Monday, we do plan on getting up early and getting into Harry Potter. We do have an hour early access because we're staying on site, and we do plan on trying to do one morning on the Universal side, one morning on the Islands of Adventure side, and just take advantage of that early hour. So our thought process is we want to, so let's say, I don't know which park we're going to start at. We're going with friends, and so her and I need to sit down and figure out what we're going to do and kind of make a general game plan. But let's say we start at Universal Studios. So they have Hogwarts Express, which is the train that goes back and forth, and we do plan on riding it both ways because you can, I guess it's different both ways. But the main ride here is the Harry Potter and Escape from Gringotts. They also have the Gringotts Money Exchange, which we want to check into. They do have some stores and restaurants on that side. And then there is Ollivander's, which is where you can get a wand, and all of my kids have saved up to get their own wands. So my thought process is I want to get in there, do the Harry Potter Escape from Gringotts, maybe check the Money Exchange, and then go ahead and get in line for Ollivander's and see if we can get them a wand and get that all set so that they have plenty of time to play with their wands, because they all want to have the interactive wands. As soon as the park opens this morning, let's say we stay in Universal Studios, we will go ahead and head over to I'm just trying to look and see here. Yeah, so I think what we'll do this morning is after we're done with the Harry Potter stuff, we will go ahead and take the Hogwarts Express over to Islands of Adventure, and we will go ahead and have whoever is going to ride. So most likely it'll be my friend's husband, my husband, and all of the oldest boys, not my youngest boy. We'll probably go and do rides like the Incredible Hulk and Fearfall, and I believe Kong is on this side too, right? Yeah. So they will probably go and do at least Hulk and that, and then maybe we'll go and do like Spider-Man and things like that, because at this point the park is open. However, we should be able to go on very quickly onto these rides because it shouldn't be as long of a wait, because a lot of people are going to run to Harry Potter. And so my thought process is we'll finish off Marvel Studios Hero Island this first day. So, you know, while they're doing Incredible Hulk, we can maybe do the Storm Force, Acceleratron, and we can do the Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man, and they can obviously do those as well. That's the benefit of us having this pass, is that we can do it all together. Near this Marvel Super whatever island is Toon Lagoon, which has the water ride. So it has the Bilge Rat barges, I think that's how you pronounce it, and the Deadly Do-Right's Ripside Falls. These are rides where it looks like you get completely drenched. We will all probably do the barges, but I don't think we'll all do Ripsaw Falls. Ellie cannot do Ripsaw Falls, and she may be at the line to do Popeye, and she can do the other ones that we had planned. So that's kind of my thought process there. By then it should be kind of earlier in the morning where it is starting to warm up, and then we can kind of cool off with that. And then I figured we would go over to either the Skull Island area where we can do the Jurassic Park River Adventure and the Flyers. Ellie, I think, can do both of those. And then they also have a Jurassic Park Discovery Center, which I think that's where you can meet the dinosaurs, so we may do that as well. And then we will go ahead and head over to, excuse me, Harry Potter, where we can do 3 broomsticks. That's kind of my thought on that for a lunch dinner thing, kind of in between. We had planned on packing a lot of our lunches for Universal, but we found out that they're kind of sticklers about it, and they would prefer that you bring snacks, and like even if you have water bottles filled, they make you dump them out. So we are going to bring our water bottles that are like a filtered water bottle, and then I'm bringing a few of our stainless steel water bottles, and we'll just kind of refill those. We are buying one of the Coke Freestyle cups, the souvenir cups that we can kind of fill up all day. I think when all is said and done, it's going to be $30-ish for one of those, and we figure we can just kind of fill those up and then use water. And use our water bottles and things like that. But this day we do plan on having lunch dinner at 3 broomsticks. I would really like to try that out. It is a very cool Harry Potter restaurant, and it's really the only one that's really like piqued our interest, so to speak. And so then when we are done with lunch, I think we will do the Harry Potter area on this side, which is Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, which Ellie cannot ride, and the Flight of the Hippogriff, which she can ride. So we will go ahead and do that and probably explore and look around. And there's a bunch of things that we want to do. You know, we want to get pictures of the kids going down the 9 3/4 area. We want Diagon Alley pictures. We basically want to go into all the areas. There's just so many things that you can see in the area that we want to take lots of pictures, and I've kind of found a lot of little like hidden tips of like a certain number to call on a certain phone, an area to look up and see certain characters, things like that. Excuse me. And then I think at that point we'll kind of be done for the day, and we're gonna go back to our resort and enjoy our resort. We are only staying at Hard Rock for 1 day, so we really want to enjoy that resort. So that's kind of my thought there. We want to swim. We will probably go have, depending on what time we eat at 3 broomsticks, if we need dinner, we may go out, or I may just kind of bring some stuff with us on Saturday, some like stuff to make cold cut sandwiches and chips and maybe some treats, and that's probably what we'll have in the room hang out at the pool and not have to spend any extra money or have to go out to get a meal. So then on Monday, that is our last day with Express Pass, because if you stay at one of those hotels for just one night, you get it the day that you check in and the day that you leave. So if you can get there super early in the morning and you can leave super late at night, you can get 2 full days of Express Pass, which is definitely a good value. So my thought process this day is we'll do the opposite. We'll start at Harry Potter in Islands of Adventure, and we'll probably do the Hippogriff and the Forbidden Journey again. And then we will go ahead and head out of there to Seuss's Landing, and then there's just a bunch of little rides for Ellie, which I figure that we'll do. And if the big boys don't want to do that, then they can go ahead and go do Hulk again and Kong and, you know, things like that. And then we'll get on the Hog Resort Express and ride it back over. And then we will go and do, you know, different rides. Rides that I have that I would like for us to do is E.T., because everyone can do it. The Twirl and Hurl, everyone can do it. The Simpsons ride, everyone can do it. Fast and Furious, Race Through New York starring Jimmy Fallon. Transformers, and Despicable Me, and Shrek. The only one that we all can't do is the Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. But again, that's one that, like, if we're off doing, I don't know, the Twirl and Hurl, they can go and do that, where I don't think that they'll care to ride the Twirl and Hurl. But again, we'll kind of be done, I think, really early, and then we can kind of evaluate, is there something else that you guys want to go back to look at? Is there something else that you want to see? You know, the first day I do want to kind of end the day around like 4-ish, so that we can get back and enjoy the pool a little bit, walk around the resort. I can take some video and vlogs of the hotel, get some pictures just for future clients and things like that, and really enjoy it. And then of course we do have to kind of pack back up, because we do have to check out the next day. That next morning we need to make sure that we're all packed up in our suitcases and everything like that. So then we're going to go ahead and you know, just kind of have a full day at the park. I'm not really worried about much at the hotel. And then this night we're actually going to go over to City Walk and have dinner at Bubba Gump's with our friends. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do for lunch here. You know, they have a few different areas that you can have food at. We'll see where we end up. I'm not seeing anything that really like screams to us, but you know, we will have to have lunch there somewhere. You know, they do have City Walk, which is kind of close by, which we could kind of sneak over and go to like the Burger King Whopper Palace, because I have a gift card for there. So we could go and do that and then just come back to the parks, but I have a feeling that we're just going to end up eating in the park for lunch, because it'll be easier than having to leave and come back. You know, we'll see. I know everything seems to be very like all together and right there, but we'll just see how much of a hassle it is to leave the park and stuff like that. But then we will have dinner at Bubba Gump's, and we're very excited about that. That is a Landry's restaurant, so we have gift cards and discounts and coupons and promos and all that stuff to use there. And then on Tuesday, this is the day that we're not quite sure, because our friends may have already done Volcano Bay by this point in time. It is their last day, so we also want to go to the outlet. So I'm thinking this day is probably just going to be a pool day. We'll hang out at the pool in the morning at Cabana Bay, or we can go to their resort and do it. Royal Pacific, I think that's our resort. But just a very lazy day. And then we want to go to both outlets. I want to film it. We're both travel planners, and we both want to kind of get some client gifts and things like that. We're also going back to Disney together as a family. Well, our families are going back to Disney together in December. So we want to kind of like, you know, plan things together and, you know, maybe get some stuff for them, stocking stuffers or gifts or whatever. So I think that's what we're going to do on Tuesday, and then we will probably go and have dinner off-site, or lunch off-site, since we'll be at the outlets. I have a Chick-fil-A gift card that I would like to use, so we will go ahead and use that. If you can't tell, I bought a ton of gift cards, and I actually have Universal gift cards for 3 broomsticks, as well as 1 other just meal in the park. And so we'll just kind of enjoy the resort, say goodbye to our friends, and then on July 4th, that'll be the day that we decide if we want to do another day at the parks or if we want to do a day at Volcano Bay. I'm really not sure what we'll end up doing. And then we are most likely going to drive home that night. We may actually just drive to like Clearwater and hang out at the beach, get a hotel for the night, and then do the beach all day on the 5th and then come home that night. We still haven't decided. It's just going to kind of have to be like how busy my husband's job is, how much money we set aside, things like that. But again, we're not quite sure. We're kind of thinking that we want to go and do the beach, like, you know, maybe like right when the kids go back to school or right before the kids go back to school or something like that, like make a long weekend out of it. We're not super far from the beach, like 5 hours. So we're thinking we may just do that instead and just come home late on the 4th. My husband has the 5th off of work, so we can come home super late at night after being at Volcano Bay all day, and then just have the 5th to kind of rest and relax and recuperate. The kids are out of school, so it's not like we have to rush to get back to school or anything like that. But that's, you know, our itinerary. They do have characters there, but they don't sign autographs. We just plan on meeting characters and taking pictures if the kids want to wait in line. It's very chill, it's very low-key. It doesn't seem like they get very long lines like at Disney. There's not long queues and, you know, big anything like that. They do press pennies there. They do pin trading there. I don't know if we will buy pins to trade. I think we're just going to buy some pins to have to add to our collections. But we do plan on pressing pennies there. We do plan on meeting characters there. We do plan on getting that souvenir mug, like I said. We do plan on having a few meals there, you know, mainly at City Walk, and then probably like lunch each day in the park. Just trying to stay on budget. And then we will have off-site meals on every morning for breakfast. We'll have breakfast in our room, and then if we need any other meals besides what we've kind of planned and I've talked about, we'll just go off property probably and just eat somewhere cheap. If we have too much of this like amusement park food, it just really wrecks our bellies and it's just not a good time. I was kind of hoping to get a Trattoria Al Forno ADR at Disney World for July 4th. I haven't been able to get one yet, but if I can, we definitely want to do that on the morning of July 4th and have breakfast with the kids. However, if we do Volcano Bay, you know, that we're losing an early hour there, so it may be something that we do on the 3rd instead. Again, once I nail down my plans with my friend and figure out what they're doing versus what we're doing, you know, we'll go from there. But yeah, I mean, it's just planning a normal vacation pretty much. We have express pass for 2 days. We kind of don't know what we're doing with the 3rd day. It's a very different vacation than a Disney vacation. You just don't have to do a ton of planning. You make your dining reservations 30 days before. It's not anything crazy. So we are very excited nonetheless. And we'll do some packing videos and things like that coming soon. But yeah, that is what we are planning. If you've been to Universal and you think that there's something that I'm missing, definitely let me know in the comments down below. We do plan on vlogging. We'll be vlogging the entire thing. And after we check out of Hard Rock, I don't know if I mentioned, but we're staying at Cabana Bay. So we'll definitely be vlogging that hotel and the rooms and all that stuff. But I think that's everything that I had to mention about our vacation. So yeah, that is our plans. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you guys soon in some Universal vlogs.